Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. My bitch will get on the ground just to make sure the light is found. The way she make them angles hit, she like Bill Cunningham with that shit. I mean that shot, Richard Avedon to make me look like a Dawn. I got so many pieces, bitch, why not? Have me a photo shoot right on the block. I put 2 lanes on gridlock so I could sit in a fair squat. Spent big money on a wristwatch, highlighter on tip top. Catch me in mid-air, click. They only made 2 pairs, click. Get into this hair, click. I do this shit with flair, bitch. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Galliano, I'm in Galliano, bitch. Photo me pronto, I'm in Galliano, Galliano, I'm in Galliano, bitch. Photo me pronto, I'm in Galliano. Fee, 5, 4, fum. Grab your lens, cause here she comes. Frame by frame, glossy lips. Must I remind you I'm that bitch? Elongated, sophisticated, cover girl, bitch, we made it. Every feature soft to the touch. I make all your boyfriends blush, then I let them have it. As I sit in custom fabric, they say you are what you eat, so I wear carrots and make cabbage. Andrew Dunn Sumo, make me pretty in my Mew Mew. Now serving, come and grab it. Tangy Bangy, just like Nunu. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. I'm in Mugler, I'm sitting in Mugler, bitch, take down your toupee. I'm sitting in Mugler, I'm in Mugler, I'm sitting in Mugler, bitch, take down your toupee. I'm sitting in Mugler. Hold on, I'm Herb Rich with the shit. Gone did he crap that bitch. Annie Leibovitz, gone did he crap that bitch. I'm Herb Rich with the shit. Gone did he crap that bitch. Annie Leibovitz, gone did he crap that. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit. Hit that pose, take that flick, check your angle, post that shit.
The hotness.
Thank you. What's her name?
Lakely 47.
Lakely 47.
I just did you watch or have you heard of Tiny Desk?
No.
NPR Tiny Desk. So NPR has these little Tiny Desk productions. So
are these the concerts that they're doing?
little mini concerts, and they add like a little desk.
Okay,
but it's like a live concert.
I got you. Okay.
So I've seen. So I've seen local groups like Rare Essence. I've seen she's like the latest one that did one.
Is she from Philadelphia? Is that what I'm understanding?
I'm not sure where she. Well, maybe she is.
Yeah,
from so they did. Erykah Badu had an awesome Tiny Desk performance. I mean, it's not just black artists too. It's just like any artists, and they just do these great little mini.
I think the first one I saw was I think Lettucey, did one. I think at one point I remember seeing hers as well.
Yes, she did.
Which was she can just sing out of a trash can, and I'm fine.
Yeah,
with
and if you have the right software, you can extract the audio from a YouTube. So I mean that's how I get a lot of them.
Good evening.
Allegedly.
Good evening. Welcome to the BGKH show.
Yes, where we don't do anything illegal. No,
not at all. Not at all.
None of that shit.
Not at all.
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Today is March the 20th, 2019.
Happy Spring Equinox, y'all.
Right. So otherwise known as the first day of what is it today? Yeah, first day of spring.
It's first day of spring.
First day of spring today.
5 o'clock today.
Spring has sprung.
Spring has sprung, and she was a little cold. She was a little cold this morning.
Yeah, it's not exactly the best spring ever, but
she was a little cold this morning. But thank you all for tuning into the BGKH show. Dominion, what does that actually stand for?
Well, the Bee.
Let me write this down.
Okay.
Let me write this down.
It's a pen. All right. We would have something to write down if you hadn't left the.
We actually have copies of the agenda actually online, so I'm gonna need you to go on your phone. Right, we're gonna save a tree. We're gonna save a tree. We're gonna save a tree.
You were the one that said you wanted to grab a pen.
We are going to save a tree.
Let the record show.
Yes, I did. I wanted to grab a pen.
But what was you going to do? Are you going to write on the desk like this person?
Don't you worry about what I write on. Don't you worry about what I'm going to write on.
As long as I write,
it's for my person. That's all I'm going to write on.
That is tacky.
Listen, go and tell them what the B stand for.
God, you are tacky.
Go and stand what the B stand for. Go and stand what the B stand. Go and tell what the B stand for. What did the B stand for?
The blacks.
I'm just saying.
The blacks.
Right. What did the B stand for, Churl?
It stand for the blacks, girl.
And what did G stand for, honey?
The gays, honey.
So what's that other letter?
The K. That's for all of the kinky people, you know. So when you put it in your asshole,
it's just a booty hole. It's just a booty hole.
Hey, Cortez.
It's just a booty hole.
We be talking about the Eagle issue. I mean, we'll mention it.
Cortez.
Listen, honey, because I still live in the city. I don't need,
Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
Listen, I do not need, now once I move, I'm going to let them girls have it.
And you know why we're not going to talk about that? Because we are all the H in this thing, which is human.
And we're nice.
Right. Today. For now.
Oh, so, do you watch Game of Thrones?
I have not watched. I'm the only person in America that hasn't watched Game of Thrones.
We have two choices. So we have two choices. One, you need to binge watch seasons.
Isn't there like 9 seasons of this thing?
You need to binge watch seasons 1 through 8 between now and April the 20th, I think, when it comes out. Or we can get one of our Onyx brothers to do a special call-in correspondence for when Game of Thrones come back, because I want to review Game of Thrones from a male point of view.
Okay, so I'm here for it. House and I'm even here for the correspondent to come in, call in as well.
So you're gonna watch. So that's 10 episodes per season, and that's 8 seasons. So you got 80 episodes.
You're trying to keep
watch.
me up for the next 9 weeks.
Let me tell you. So before, this is season 8. So before season 7 came out, I needed to catch up. And, one of my coworkers lent me the DVDs. And it's incredibly easy. You just let it go on. You put it in the DVD and it just keeps rolling. Let me tell you, it's some incredible shit in there. It's lots of penises. Lots of asses.
I've heard many people say many things about Game of Thrones.
Our girl Daenerys Targaryen, let me tell you. So there's this one episode.
So wait a minute. Are you a fan of the show?
No,
and
I am
a fan
of the show and the story.
Or you're just a fan of the penises and the boot? Okay.
The looks. I'm a fan of the looks too. Okay. So let me tell you. So there's one episode where Daenerys Targaryen gets down off of this dragon in this white coat, and let me tell you, even straight dudes was like, "That is a badass coat." Because it's winter, so
dental floss gets off of a coat. Okay.
I don't appreciate.
I mean, listen.
Say it with me. Daenerys Targaryen.
Daenerys Targaryen.
Yes, and just like that, and then there's this sexy redheaded guy named Tormund Giantsbane.
You have a giant what?
Bane, Giantsbane. Anyway, y'all trying to just
listen. I'm gonna make this on live. I mean, I'm gonna do my best to catch up.
Okay.
Now I don't know if I'm gonna catch up on all 8 seasons or.
You gotta be ready. Because there's so much.
Did you catch up on Drag Race?
I did. Okay. I've caught up on Drag Race. I'm ready.
Okay.
You know what? Let me tell you. Uppale. No, one more time. With a little more feeling. Come on. Come on, you ready?
Wait.
3, 2, 1.
Uppalets.
You own everything. So that gets me to
horrible.
I cannot believe that there are drag queens out here that did. I mean, okay, so I give her a pass. Because she ain't from this country.
Right. That is correct.
That other girl isn't she? Isn't she I was gonna say Balenciaga. No. What is she? She's a house of.
She is. She's a Montrese. She's a Montrese.
So there's no way that a Montrese should not know every line from Paris is Burning by heart, and to not know OPULENCE. Opulence. You you got to get that lean. You got that lean. Everything is yours.
Yeah, you got to. So listen. Maybe Coco just didn't have the time. She listen. She's a modern woman. She left her a microwave, a loaf of bread, some milk, and some cereal, and some Doritos. And so she just kind of that's maybe what she did. So
I guess so.
I mean, but I'm here for it. So Coco, do what you got to do. Use a '90s girl, living in a '90s world.
Right.
So
in 2018.
In 2019, but
So how was your week?
My week, I'm having very mixed emotions about it because it's still going on, but it was okay. As many of you know, I am still the family crap is annoying the shit out of me right now, and I've realized that the block on my phone is not a block on my phone. It is just send you directly to voicemail. So I happened to be on the phone and my uncle called me, and I just happened to look at it, and I just got instantly irritated and annoyed and tense and just everything. And then it didn't help when my other uncle texted me afterwards, and I was
like, "Why you won't call me back?"
So I just kind of got a little tense and a little irritated. And it just makes me start thinking about 18,000 other things. And so it's just been throwing my week off. But other than that, it's been okay. But I'm still focusing on that. But it is still irritating the shit out of me. And I really, really am going to, in full transparency to all you all watching.
Cut a bitch?
No, I actually want to go and sit and talk to somebody because I feel like I'm a little overly annoyed at the sight and the idea of anything that has to do with them right now.
I mean that makes perfect sense. That it is. These things are challenging, and I think a lot of people, and especially black people, are like, "Oh God, I did what I did. I deal with it." And then high blood pressure, all kinds of other things. So I mean, I would certainly encourage you to go speak to somebody about all of this. It just helps to let it out and have someone who has a professional perspective on it.
Yes, but besides all of that, it's been an okay week. And I'm trying to do a whole bunch of self-care, which is doing everything I need to do. And so I think that's what's kind of keeping me very level-headed. And I try to be as level-headed as I can. So, I mean, I'm good. But other than that, it's been an okay week. So I've had some highs. So I want to give a shout-out to my brother. He actually is on YouTube. He's a Spill It Boy, and he actually released another song today. And it was actually, I've listened to the song, and the song is hot. So shout out to James Caldwell and his hot song, because it was actually pretty hot. So it's some highlights in my week. I got the chance to talk to my mother for a minute, and so she's doing very well. And so it's been good. Like I really haven't had too many complaints and too many issues, except for that major pain in my ass.
I get it.
Yeah, and it is really bothering me. Really bothering me. But
your company probably should have like a service where you can, like one of the ancillary things where some of the bullshit is like the legal services, but they should have
So that would require an insurance plan that is.
I'm sure Kaiser has someone you can talk to.
They do.
You can talk to Quanda at the front desk. Like, girl, let me tell you, why she trying to draw your blood?
Listen,
like, girl.
So, I'm already on edge about that last time, so I cannot. So listen, I and it's me. You know what? It is. I think it is just age. You get to a certain point where you're just like, I do not want the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like it is the bullshit that just. And for me, I think we create our own sometimes, and I know I will take ownership of the bullshit that I create for myself sometimes, and it's probably unnecessarily done at times.
Yeah.
And whether it's unknowingly or knowingly, I just create it for myself. But it's that's all I can say about that. But anyway, yeah. But thanks for that little tidbit. How was your week? Because you've been world traveling. And
yes. So first of all, I want to say. A shout out to Ms. DC Eagle, who is having a bar night on Friday night, and a percentage of the proceeds are going to
go towards
Code Red.
Red, yes. That is the advertised.
Yes.
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 Thank you, Ms. DC Eagle.
Yes. So thank you for that. We really do appreciate. We appreciate. And she's saying hello. Say hey. She said it early. It was a little early. You were in the middle of something.
I'm sorry.
So you were having a moment.
Yeah, I was having a moment. So I'm kind of a little ticked off about that. But
No, listen.
I'm getting back to that. I'm getting.
Remember, so you are going through what I was going through for the past 3 years, but after, so he died on October 22nd. The funeral was like 2 weeks later. I haven't spoken to him all of twice since then. And one of the times he was like, "Hey, I want to talk to you about some things." I never called him back because I'm like, "Well, ain't nothing to talk about."
Yeah, that sounds so awful, and but in full transparency, I kind of want to get to this point.
Yeah, you listen. At some point in your life, it's like, just because you all are genetically related does not mean he adds any value to your life.
Listen,
so,
and that little bit of respect that you try to hold on for them,
right?
It is just.
Oh, I don't give it.
Oh, it is wearing my patience. It's just.
Yeah, I don't think about none of that.
I think probably because I'm more so concerned at this particular point about my mother and what her feelings are.
Right, and I mean, I know that is because this is the same. I mean, it is literally the same with me.
Yeah.
Because I would have cut my uncle off years ago, but then, I mean,
Yeah.
then it's like, all right, so now your mama doesn't, get a chance to talk to her brother, and then on top of it, with her condition and everything, you don't want to do anything that's going to set her off or whatever. So I get all of that.
Let me come out of this space now. So yeah.
All right. So if I can think of any resources or know any people I can point you to, which I honestly just may. So, or Dr. Evans might.
That's true.
Yeah. So we'll see what we can do.
That's true.
All right. So a couple of things. So I went to Atlanta over the weekend to present at the Leather Leadership Conference. And
I'm so jealous. Let's just be clear. I'm going to go ahead and put out, I'm just so jealous.
We had a wonderful time. Daiquiri Factory is officially closed, though. We never made it. It's been closed. It's closed like January, so.
Yes, it's closed now, but it was not closed the last time that we were there.
You were the one that took the flight.
No. The last time that we
PM.
were in Atlanta, that you all went to the Daiquiri Factory and did not go with me, did not take me with you all.
Pause.
That
Pause.
right there is the last time the Daiquiri Factory was open that I was in there. And I was in the city the same time that you were. I got there after you, but you all still went to the Daiquiri Factory.
Let's pause. You were not in town when we went. You got in like
we had a conversation afterwards about going back, but we did not go to the Daiquiri Factory.
But we did other things, though.
We did not go to the Daiquiri Factory. Y'all went to the Daiquiri Factory. Y'all had a ball, apparently, as you all have told me.
You know what we
as
did?
I keep hearing.
You know what we
right.
did?
And see, this is where we go. We need to talk about what we did. Right. They're going to talk
we
about
had
that.
big fun.
Right. With the ratchet. All up in it. Right.
But you had fun, too. You got to dunk some balls in vodka. And that girl saw me. So I saw him, right? And, I was like, hey, how's it going? And that bitch act like he didn't know me.
Really?
Like, it took him, like, a long second to figure out, oh, yeah, you was in the room while I was, with your old funky-ass balls. Girl, bye. Anyway, so I was there to teach a couple of classes. One was called 6 Simple Steps to Planning Your Next Event, and the other was called Penetration in the Age of Social Media. So the Leather Leadership Conference is unlike, like ML, IML, IMSL, SELF, other events like that, where this is about leaders and it's leadership training and how to be better at managing your organization and all the facets of that. So that's why the 2 classes were there. So it wasn't about spanking, flogging, all of that was, what you did on your off time. So that was fun. So we went to Swinging Richards. And that motherfucker Volt. Volt is, so here's Volt. Volt is an instigator, but from behind. So, some people is like...
My favorite guy.
So...
Start shit and run away.
Right. But no, it's not even that. Some people are like, you should do that. You should do that. You should do that. But Volt is like, you're going to do this because I've already paid for it. And I'm like, because he's like, we should go in the back. We should go in the back. We should go in the back. And I'm like, I don't want to go in the back. I'm fine.
Serious.
I'm fine with... going to strip clubs, it's cute, whatever. Then you can take that energy and go off and do something else with it. Right. Or just hang out and be sociable or whatever. But I have no interest in going into the champagne room because, first of all, it's bullshit because you can touch them here and you can touch them here, but you can't touch them here. And, you could touch the flank, But you can't stick your finger in that booty hole. Well, at least you're not supposed to.
I was about to say, listen, I don't know if any of you know anything about, but listen.
I didn't want to get kicked out of Swinging Richards, so
booty hole right here.
So
sometimes can't seem to control.
Here go to crack. He go to
his
crack.
addiction. His name is Dominion. He's addicted to booty hole.
Here go to booty hole right here. Here go to crack. I was like right there on the edge, And I mean, it was interesting or whatever, but I don't really feel the need to do that.
Did they want to? Did they want to like say, "Hey, call me. Here's my number." Like, do whatever.
I was sitting there just like. At least with the first guy. Because, I mean, he was very attractive. He had smooth brown skin. His skin was warm. It was nice, but I just wasn't quite in the mood. But then some little cute Latin guy came later, and he was, then he brings me in the back, and he's like, because once you pay the $15 to get into the champagne room.
It's just $15? That's it?
That's just to enter the champagne room. That's just for you to sit there and buy the drinks from the other side of the bar. Because the bar is two-sided. So there's the
when you walk in, when you walk
in the back.
All the way in the back.
Right. So you know how you could see through?
I never paid attention to that.
Well, yeah.
I thought the rooms were on the left.
You might have thought it was a mirror. But no, it's not a mirror. It's the other side of that bar. So the other side of that bar is the champagne room, and that's people looking out at you. So, so you pay the $15 to get back there, but that don't get you anything other than access. So you could just sit there and watch or whatever. So then the other guy is like, he said, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I didn't understand what the fuck he said. So eventually I understood him to mean that, if you actually wanted to dance, it's $20, which means that I only gave the last dude like 10. So that's why he was like, okay, I'm out. So this other dude gave me the little $20, and he gave me he gave me his best.
He gave me his best bump and grind.
Mm-hmm. And he took my hands and guided it where he wanted to be, and he sort of rubbed it, in the right places, and rubbed it and rubbed it and rubbed it. But I will, at some point I'm like, and I knew I couldn't do that, so I was just like, okay, here's your $20, I'm out. But it was still fun. It was something to do.
The boom boom room. Okay.
Right.
Well,
So when we got there, I got there. I did discover that one can travel with a rim seat.
You did take it.
I did. I took the rim seat, and it didn't even on the way there. They didn't even open the bag because there was no thing in my bag. Now on the way back, it was because Atlanta, they real because that's like one of the world's busiest airports. But So we went to Volt and I went to Thursday to Bulldogs on Thursday night.
Okay.
Let me tell you.
I'm sure it was packed.
So right on a Thursday night, and I was like, "What kind of jobs do these people have to be out like this?"
I'm
not even judging your job, but I'm like, listen, if I lived in Atlanta,
but on a Thursday,
I would be like 10. I would be like, I get there at 9, and I'm leaving at 10:30 at the latest. We were there we left at like 1:45, and let me tell you, it was still a line to get in that bitch.
When DC had lots to do, there was the only night that I did not go out. Was Wednesday night.
I mean, I was the same person. I was the same one,
so,
but that was 1990.
Well, yes, that is true.
Or that was 2002. But now it's 2019, and my ass is like.
But even now, if there's something to do that I'm going to have fun, I have to be second and third guessing myself. I might have to go out because I'm on a Thursday night too. Because if it's Thursday night, that means the next day is Friday. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to suck that up because I'm gonna be tired on Friday morning.
Because I'm gonna be at my office with my head like.
Right, like don't say nothing to me until after 11 o'clock.
Right. So yeah. So the new thing in Atlanta is crop tops. Everybody was wearing the crop tops. Everybody should not have been wearing the crop tops.
There's a certain crop top built that you probably need to have.
Well,
and
let's put it this way: like I should probably not wear a
muffin
crop
tops.
Top.
Like
it wasn't that the shirt was.
Because
the
if
shirt
I wear
only
one,
came like right
I'm
here.
gonna have a muffin top.
No,
me personally, if I'm wearing a crop top and I'm sitting down, I'm gonna have a muffin top.
It was the technical definition of a crop top. I'm just saying that everybody that had on a crop top should not have had on a crop top.
America.
Facts are facts. And then we went to Cafe Intermezzo, for cheesecakes and, it was our white woman.
Was this the one place that we went to before? Or is this a different place
No, the same one that we went to.
That I didn't go to. I just wanted to be clear.
Oh no, you did. You went to Cafe Intermezzo. You didn't go to the Daiquiri Factory because you hadn't arrived yet. So, and there just wasn't time in the weekend to do other things. And let's be clear, we were going to go Saturday night, but no, you wanted to dunk balls.
When we were finished that little
Working
15
at the
minutes,
bar wash.
when we were finished that little 15 minutes,
whoa!
I was ready to go.
Washer.
I was ready to go. 15
Come
minutes,
on,
and I was
y'all,
ready to
and
go.
sing it with me.
But again,
I mean, maybe your jaw was tired. I don't know.
I mean, I don't have a lazy jaw. However, I'm just saying.
Right.
Anyway.
But you know, the fun part about it was just hanging with the family.
Yeah, I'm
you know,
saying, yeah, get to all that. Forget all that. So what was with the cutie in the in all the pictures? Okay, all right. Well, all right. So okay, well,
yeah.
okay. So any other shenanigans go on with the anybody?
None.
Not even
none.
I'm sorry.
So all of that shit that I bought, I could have left that shit here in DC. None. My 2 little dates that I had, you know, my little.
Don't you have the? I was trying to get just woo woo woo, bitch. It's like boo woo.
My tooth, I'll get to that in a minute. But so my little local date was going out because you know it was St. Patrick's Day weekend, and apparently Negroes in Atlanta, because like a lot of people was
looking
like
for a reason to go drink. Listen,
because you know I saw this meme the other day. I was like, I'm sure that Irish people celebrate Black History Month. Because like a lot of Negroes were pressed about St. Patrick's Day, and I was like, girl, that's just a day on the calendar. As far as I'm concerned, that didn't mean shit to me. So whatever. So now the tooth. So when I was in the 5th grade, I had my one and only cavity ever, and I got a filling. That girl lasted me. That filling lasted me from the time of 5th grade. So I was 11. From the time I was 11 to the time I was, when did we go to Puerto Rico? So it lasted for almost 30 years. Then that girl came out and I started having issues with it. And so they put a crown on. That crown lasted for about 7 years.
We were out and something happened with that crown you were talking about.
That girl came out.
Yeah.
The crown literally came out and I'm like, what the fuck? So then now I just had this jagged piece of tooth with the cement that they have in it. Well, last week or the week before last, that cement came out. So now I just got the jagged hole where a tooth used to be. So yesterday I went to the dentist. I was like, come on. I got good insurance now because when I got this wisdom tooth out on this side, back in 1999, I ain't had no insurance, so all they could give me was the local anesthetic. So I'm wide awake as they in there with the jackhammer, ripping them pieces of tooth out of my mouth. I'm just sitting there like, like no. I was like, girl, I got good insurance now. Knock me out and take this fucking tooth out. But I have an infection. So they got to get the infection before they can take the tooth out. And then I got to get an implant and all that. But right now, we just got to get this infection. So I've been taking this antibiotics. So.
Okay. I didn't know all that, so I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm
not
fine.
Sorry to hear that in the sense that you're like dying, but I'm just saying.
When we were at the when I was at the dentist, he was like, so would you like some pain medication? Because I was like, what y'all got?
Like, no. Tell me what you have.
Because here's the thing. He asked me my level of pain. And at the time, because, when you actually take antibiotics for the tooth, it actually for a while makes the tooth hurt more. Because the antibiotics start working on the infection. So when I told him, he was like, what's your pain level on a scale of 1 to 10? I was like, maybe 2 or 3. Now it's like about a 5.5. Because I've been taking the antibiotics. But he was like, let me give you a prescription for some 800 milligram Motrin. I was like,
listen, I got plenty of those. You want 8 or 6? Which one you?
Girl, it only cost me $4 for the Motrin.
You want codeine?
I got a whole bottle full.
I keep.
Oh, that's right. You are the pharmacy.
Keeps me some damn drug. Come, listen.
And don't get me wrong. I already had. He gave me 600. I already had 800 milligrams for the last time. So now I got like 300 pills. Just sitting in the house and, just waiting for an excuse. Let me tell you, I took one of them girls like around midnight, and I got up at 6:45 this morning, and I was like,
Listen,
I called into work. I was like, I'm not gonna be in until like 10:30 or so.
I remember when I was fighting time, and I was going to. This is when in my little ballroom days, I was going to a ball, and I was getting ready to walk this ball, and I was like, my knee is bothering me, it's bothering me, it's bothering me, and I kept popping these Tylenol 800s. I kept popping them. I'm at the ball. I'm waiting for my category to be called, and I was like, God damn it! I was like, I'm hungry. I was like, what is going on? I was like, somebody get me a Pepsi or something. Just something. I'm sitting there drinking the Pepsi. Category came. I went and walked this category, stormed this category. I was like, yes. I was performing. Got down. Like, bam, dips all over. Bam, got up, got my trophy, got back in the car, and I was like, what is wrong with me? And then I started thinking. I was like, did I need to take another Tylenol? And I said, well, how many did I take? And I sat back and I thought about how many I was munching on and chewing on. I probably had about 7 to 8 different, like, just eating them one by one. And literally, I was sitting there thinking, like, you asshole, you need to go eat something because this Tylenol is burning a hole in your damn stomach. And so I was like, okay. So I stopped, I got something to eat, and I started to feel better. But I was like, I had to be careful with that because, again, that's what it will start doing. And so, listen, now you get 1 or 2, and that's about it. Like, I'm good. Like, but I keep some on, so.
All right, so what we're going to talk about, let's see what we got on the list. You know, if I had like a real paper, I wouldn't have to like squint, but okay, sure.
So speaking of squinting, last week I did go to a play at the Kennedy Center. So I got there's a bunch of people.
Oh, girl, I didn't know you was literate.
I mean, I'm gonna save my comment for later because I'm sure there's some other HBCU graduates that are watching. But
okay. You think because you went to Duquesne that you could try to read the girls? Okay,
that was for graduate school.
Oh, okay. So you like these other? Someone paid your way to get in? Did you know Mary Alice? Pay your
Mary Alice didn't pay for grad school.
Pay your way into the school.
And God damn it, where the fuck was I? Listen, when I was doing
somebody
admissions,
pay your way to take your SAT for you.
Listen, I needed these people to be around when I was in admissions, but whatever. But so I went to go see it's called the Johnsons Go to Baltimore. I mean Johnsons Go to Birmingham. It's a play, and apparently a lot of people have read this book, and it's about this family that was living in Detroit, Michigan, and their son was like getting into a lot of trouble, and he was doing lots of different things. And so that as a family, they decided they were going to send him down to Birmingham with his grandparents. And this was during the time of the Civil Rights Movement. Yeah. So they get down to Birmingham. It was the family, the mother, the father, the oldest son, a younger son, and a daughter. So they all get down there. So this is around the time of the bombing of the church on, is that 16th Street? 16th Street. And so there was.
See, when you go to black schools, you know that because it's part of the history. But
well, I've actually been there, but I just couldn't remember whether it was 16th Street or not. That's what I'm thinking of. But so when they were there, these were the things that were happening. And so as a family, they just talked about their traveling down there, their family bond, and all that stuff. And the play I was like, okay, people were talking about it, saying they'd seen it. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is going to be some good thing, and I'm expecting this long, drawn out, good. The Kennedy Center, when I got there, it was a stage with backdrops. There were 4 chairs, and there were 4 music stands that had scripts on them, and literally all of them came out.
So this was a reading.
And they read this damn script on the stage.
Who was this by?
I don't know who it's actually by, because I need to.
So this wasn't on the main stage. This was on one of the side rooms, which is fine. I mean, they do that all the time, and sometimes those are really good.
I mean,
you aren't gonna get a lot of stage.
It was okay.
I mean, I know that you are used to like
a full
Tyler
production.
Perry.
Plays. I wanted a full production. Like I wanted. Even
that was a read.
So we just went right over top of that. Even if it wasn't on a grand scale, and even if it's on a minimalist scale, when you go to see like Alvin Ailey and dance, and there's nothing in the background except for light and the people, I get it. So I mean, there were things that I just I had to visualize, but I still was a little disappointed. But the problem was talking about being able to see. Now I'm sitting here in this box office. I'm in this little box seating, and I'm sitting up here.
You're doing too much. See,
and I'm sitting there and I'm looking out, and I was like, I couldn't see not one damn thing. See? I forgot my glasses, and I can't see. Cute. So I'm sitting there like, I saw shapes. I couldn't see a damn thing. So I tapped a friend of mine.
It was an oral experience.
I said, listen. I told the friend of mine, I was like, don't let me walk out the house without my glasses. I'm going somewhere else, please. Just don't let me walk out the house. She was like,
why don't you just wear your glasses? Because you're supposed to. Like when I get up in the morning, the first thing that I reach for is even before I take off the CPAP machine. No, I take off the CPAP machine first and then immediately reach for my glasses.
That is great. I can see. I feel that I can see, especially
can you,
in the
though?
morning. However, long distance, I cannot. Short, I'm nearsighted, so the morning doesn't do anything for me. Put my glasses
I mean, I'm
on.
nearsighted too.
Well, but that's just
I'm
where
just
at.
sighted. I mean, I just can't see nothing.
And so I'm still trying to get used to the damn lines and all. So whatever. But that was something else I did. So that was just funny.
Oh, good. So what we got? We got 29 minutes. So you want to dive right into we'll see what we're going to talk
Drag
about.
race.
Drag race.
Let's jump right into Drag Race.
Opulence.
So we touched on that a little bit, but
Yes.
So you have 2 episodes you can catch up with.
Yes.
So this week's episode was the
She-Vangelical.
She-Vangelicals.
Right.
But the last week's episode was Good God Good. It was the 2
It
plays.
was the 2 plays. Both of
Why I
which
Gotta
was,
Be Black Panther and
Right. I mean,
Good
both
God,
of them
Girl,
were
Get Out.
stupid.
So they, it's all right, whatever.
That writing, because they have writers to do that. The writing was terrible on both of them. I mean, it was I wasn't particularly enamored of either of them. I will say that at the runway, I cannot even believe that this is the same Miss Vanjie that wore that little bikini with the flyers. Because
listen.
she had that, what was it? It was fringe. Wasn't it fringe?
So her fringe outfit, I wasn't even really a fan of.
No,
that
but what was it when she had the scales on? The
scales were off. That was Flowers as well. She was Libras because they were doing their sign.
Oh, that's right, because she was doing that sign. Now that, I was
That-
like, I
that
can't even
look-
believe that's like the same
that
chick that was
look,
here like a year ago.
She but again, I was talking to one of our brothers. I was talking to Devi, and he said no. He said her Instagram page, all of her social media, she is bad. And I was like, I never paid attention. And he started showing me pictures of her, and I was like, well, this chick got a lot going on.
Was she always like that? Or she just wasn't ready for Drag Race that first minute?
That first thing just knocked her ass out. That was one of the
but then
reasons
she
why
she got her shit together.
She got
and
it,
came back. Okay.
but she, so she's like, and then she said on the show, she said, I thought I was together, and I thought I was cute. She said, so I look at the damn video, she said, ooh.
Guess I was.
She was like, that was awful.
Right.
So anyway. But
yeah,
yeah,
so I'm just like, even though, I mean, like, I feel like her look was one of the best, or that was one of the ones that really stuck with me.
for that week, it was.
Yes.
For this week with the fringe, she wasn't. I mean, she was okay. She was not bad at all.
Yeah.
It just didn't blow. It
Yeah,
didn't
it
blow my
wasn't.
hair back.
Yeah, but it certainly wasn't terrible. I
No,
mean,
it wasn't terrible at all.
It was definitely well put together.
It wasn't terrible at all.
Yeah, so-
But let's talk about who slayed this week.
That whole group slayed their challenge.
No. Well, the group did slay the challenge because once again, Miss Vanjie, that bitch got on the front of the head. Miss Vanjie was crazy. She was like, hallelujah.
I feel like she should have won because she made the whole thing.
See, I did as well.
Yeah, I mean, your girl did fine. Whatever her name is.
That was Nina West.
Nina West. I think she did fine.
I don't know,
but
Ruth.
that
wasn't.
I didn't feel that decision.
And even if
at
you
all.
said there was a tie, I would have
Right.
been fine with that. But Miss Vanjie,
Miss
to me,
Vanjie
she brought it all the way through.
stole that whole
So
fucking set.
I don't know, Ru. I disagree with that one.
Right.
But I'm gonna tell you who I thought came through on the runway to this week.
Mm.
Miss Evie Oddly and that whole jellyfish
Evie Oddly
look.
gives you every
She
week.
peed
Every week.
Well,
And
I don't know
they
about
was-
that because the intro, I didn't particularly care for her intro. She came in with the car, and I was like,
Well. So we gonna dash over that. We'll
And then
dash
last week,
over
what did
that.
she do last week? She did the the second week. What was her on stage look? It wasn't anything memorable for me.
It wasn't memorable, but I mean, it was still okay. But I feel like she's conceptual she's in the shit. Now I can't remember her name.
Sasha Velour.
She's in the Sasha Velour, but doing it well.
You know what?
But she's doing her own thing. She's not trying to be Sasha Velour.
No, she's not.
She
She's
clearly
like
has her own
if
point
Sharon
of view.
Needles and Sasha Velour had a child,
Right.
he would be like that, pulling from both. That's what I kind of see.
Right, I definitely agree with that.
But that jellyfish look, she peed all over that stage.
And he was giving it was like, what you bitch, you gray? You gonna be over there? I was like, listen, without even knowing what she's doing, I was like, y'all, listen, you need to worry about your own paint because her shit is gonna be together. And that Miles Blackman, the one that looked like Miles Blackman as a boy, with the big eyes. It's like, girl, you are giving way too much. You getting way too offended because that was just a read, and he took it so personally, like really personally. I was like, that was just like a little throwaway read, and you made it sound like he was commenting on your entire existence.
Oh my God.
Do you agree? I mean, I just felt like he took that so far, though.
Okay, so what was the comment again? Like, what was the read though? I kind of remember.
She said you need to concentrate on your own look because your makeup was something. It was something about her makeup being off, and she just was like, "Oh no, this didn't." What you could say, but then she was like deeply in her feelings about it, which was like that level of bothered was disproportionate to the comment, and they hadn't even been like feuding beforehand.
And the bitch did off win a challenge. So let's be clear about that. She did off win a challenge.
Well,
so,
there you go.
So I like whatever. But I can admit that I'm not a fan of the there was Ariel that said it to her, I believe it was. Ariel Versace, I think it was.
That's yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of hers. I'm not a fan of Scarlett either. Her attitude is like
Scarlett's
shit.
attitude. Scarlett is, she said it. She was like, I'm concerned because I always think I did really good, but then am I like milk?
Is she?
Where I
Yes.
look back and I really was terrible, and I was like, yes, girl, you are milk.
Like that's
because
what you are.
you are sitting around thinking that your shit don't stink, and
milk.
you have mistaken long natural hair for a personality.
Listen, now
Because her hair is luxurious and beautiful.
It's
I mean, she's giving me Brooke Shields.
It's thin white woman. That's what I'm getting.
I mean, I think I'm just saying. I mean, that's her. Okay.
She's not giving me Jacqueline, Charlie's Angels, Jacqueline Smith.
No.
That is
no
some
one gives you
long,
Jacqueline Smith.
luxurious, mega body type of hair type of stuff going on.
Right. She's
but
not even giving me Farrah Fawcett. She's not even giving me who's the other one?
You talking about Brie?
The one that had her own show.
Kate
Jackson.
Thank you, Kate
Yes.
Jackson.
Right. So but yeah. So it's like it's all right. But yeah, I was like, Gary, you are milk. You are this season's milk. You were giving way too much.
But anyways, now I'm gonna go ahead and say it, Miss Honey Davenport, honey, that outfit, that black, and I saw where you were going with it. I felt like it just needed a little bit more. And this is also coming from someone that's never done drag, so I'm not even going to sit back and say I could have done anything differently. I'm not going to say all that. But all I'm saying is I saw where you were going from. It was missing something. There was pieces that were missing because at the end of the day when I kept looking at it, I felt like it was just shredded patent leather. That's what I felt like it was.
So I'm trying to remember who Honey Davenport is. I kind of like that look with the big hat and the thing.
So my thing, it was still missing something though. I just felt like it was missing something.
I can see that.
Like, I thought it was I thought it was a
good concept.
Yes.
But it needed because you're right.
Something was missing.
Because for a second I was like, who the fuck are we talking about? But then once you said the fringe and yes, it
something
needed
was missing.
like the underside should have been like sparkly,
something.
like if the underside had been glitter or something. So that like when she moved, it like was like a different look underneath, or it could have been like this all black, and it could have been color on the underside or something.
It just and then
it was too one note.
Yes, and then during that lip sync, the damn 6-way lip sync, I was like,
Rue was pissed because Rue was like,
y'all all were horrible.
Bitch? And what would you do, bitch? And what would you do, bitch?
All
and
you
what
bitches.
Would you do, bitch? All of you. Because I was like, she was like, well, what do you know? Listen, I am not the hugest Mariah Carey fan, but even I knew that she calls her fans her lambs.
They were horrible.
I was like, why would you choose someone about whom you know nothing? I mean, you could have chosen Cher. I mean, they chose Britney Spears, was completely fine, and I did appreciate that they didn't choose Whitney because all of those reasons are negative. But you could have chosen Madonna, Cher, Celine Dion. I mean, Celine Dion doesn't. I don't really know anything. But I mean, they could have chose a bunch of people. But when you don't know anything about how are you going to make a whole skit about it? Now we'll say that this is the best skit that I've seen so far this season.
Well, yeah, and listen, Ross was so fucking shady. When the second group, he said when the second group went through, he was like, "Okay, I hope you." He's bring it on the runway.
Piece of advice.
Bring it on the runway.
It was like,
I said, "Oh my God, oh my God, Ross, that was awful."
Like, this is awkward because that's letting you know that you were terrible.
I was here for it though, but he was giving the most honest advice as possible. But
and Bobby Moynihan was fun in the previous episode.
But listen, Guillermo,
I'm trying to have.
Listen, Guillermo, epic. BGKH show. Just call me. That's all I'm saying. All these other
Cut
hoes,
this zero and give
all these other hoes. We ain't got nothing. Listen, it's just about you and me. You and me. We here. You and me. I'm just saying.
I will tell you, you know, I like a little Twinkie. You know, the little one with the blonde hair. I was like, ooh, I bet I could do some things to him.
I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no.
I'm not trying to say I'm married. I'm not trying to say I want to marry him.
No, I'm gonna say no for me. But I will go. Listen, I will assist you in making sure he gets the right directions into your place. I'm like, there you go, right there, right at the top of the steps. Right, take everything off. Head down on the ground, booty up. There you go. He'll be with you in a second. Next.
Yeah, I did think that the 6-way runway, I feel like that was unplanned. Now, like that side by side that they did at the end of All Stars 4, that was clearly planned because they had, you know, that was always going to be the gag. But that 6-way, I felt like when Rue was asking them, who do you think should be eliminated? I do respect that none of them were willing to throw the other under the bus. Except this is RuPaul's Drag Race, not RuPaul's best friend race.
Like, bitch, you got to go.
I just met you hoes 3 weeks ago, and you were. Go. I was bad, but you were extra terrible. Yeah, so, but I appreciate that. But she was like clearly pissed off.
Yeah.
What I am annoyed about, so after 11 seasons, I get that you have one body, but Rue's silhouettes all look the same to me.
The cut of all his gowns.
That's what I mean, the silhouette.
Right, yeah. But I'm saying on top of that, specifically, the cut of all his gowns are the same thing. When he wore the short dress, that was probably the most, like, the biggest change. But the upper part was still the same.
I mean, I wish that he would take more chances in his aesthetic. It's like, girl, ain't nobody judge. I mean, we're judging you, but you know, you already. So what she said? She said, "I'd make my own lane. I'm the biggest bitch in the game," which I mean, it's arguably true.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, I just wish all of his outfits weren't long gowns, you know, maybe with, you know, something diagonal and, you know, beautiful, immaculate blonde hair.
But one thing's for certain and two things for sure. His hair, for the most part, it's always slayed. Yes. Always. I live for the hair. Like, and
the looks are never terrible.
Shout out to
But if you had never seen one of his looks, you'd be like, come on, you know, wealthy white woman Bob Mackie gown. But after 11, what is this, season 12?
This is season 11.
Season 11. After 11 seasons and more than 11 because we got fucking All-Stars too.
That's 4.
Right. So, I mean, we've had more than enough shows. Yes. You know, to start taking chances on the looks.
Yes. Well, shout out to, because his makeup artist used to be Raven, and I think Delta is now doing his
well,
makeup.
Good for her.
Good for both of them. So good for y'all, because y'all still keeping his face beat. So, but anyway, the Honey Davenport wound up going home, which is fine. But did you actually catch her after the show?
I'm over.
No. What You Packing with Michelle Visage? That's the online. There's another show, What You Packing, where she interviews all the people that are going off of the show. And they usually bring some stuff that they, in the background, like their clothes, their fashion, and she interviewed Honey Davenport.
Oh, okay.
Honey Davenport had these gowns in the background that were absolutely stunning. And the guy who designed, what's her name, your girl, from the last season's winner?
Monet?
Conceptual. Sasha. The guy who designed Sasha's white outfit with the eyes that she pulled up, designed one of his gowns. It was amazing. But they talked about, you know, just getting to know who she is. I didn't know she was originally from Philadelphia. She wound up going to New York. That's how she met Sahara and became one of her kids. But she also was sitting there talking about how she was homeless 2 days before. She was trying to work on her relationship with her husband. And then she said she was making
2 days before the show?
Yes. Oh. She said she was sitting there 2 days before she got the call.
Oh, okay.
And then she said she was trying to make the relationship better with her and her husband. And then she said she was on the phone calling all of her good friends once she hadn't talked to her and everyone else and was like, girl, I need to borrow $100. And, you know, they was like, what? She's like, I got to get myself together. She spent $18,000 on her looks, on all these looks for RuPaul's Drag Race.
Ooh, to get voted off on episode 3. Ooh,
I was like, okay.
Is awkward.
So,
like, girl, you still got the receipts for those looks? Well,
But, you know, Cameron said the same thing. And for the that wasn't All Stars, for the last season.
But Cameron made it all the way to the end, though.
Yes, she did. Cameron said, she's like, I took it out when I got my house. She said, I didn't spend this much money when I made the down payment on my house. And I was like, damn, Cameron. I'm like, okay. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer, all that type of stuff, she probably didn't put a whole lot of money down, but still, you're in the thousands of dollars that you're spending. So I get it. It's an investment. So,
Oh yeah, by the way, my tooth still hurts, so feel free to send nudes.
Shameless
It'll
plug.
make me feel better.
Shameless plug.
It will.
I mean,
But yeah, so I'm to get older. But I hope that she will still be able to like.
she's going to get
Tour
bookings.
and,
She's going to do.
all of that, so.
There's always the possibility she can do All Stars, whether it's not this
And she
season
can
or
do
that.
like the tour. You know how they do the
Yeah,
drag
they're
race
always gonna do
all
the
around
tour.
the country. She
And
can do
Latroy-
drag con.
Latrice is a part of that. So she has a management company. She's managing the girls to go around town. So
Oh, okay,
listen,
good.
that's
Well,
and
good.
pageants
So
too.
she should be
So
good.
she should be fine. But I hope she gets
All right,
pulls together soon.
so we got 14 minutes left. Who are we going to talk about?
So Donna Brazile, that whole thing with Donna Brazile. So for those of you that don't know, Donna Brazile she was a correspondent for CNN and also I think for ABC at one particular point in time. Donna,
And she
well,
she
wait,
got cut.
We're gonna talk about. She is a political strategist. She is probably, besides the actual woman that Olivia Pope was based off of, she's like that girl. Like she could do all of those things possibly. She has an agency where she's a political strategist, and so she's worked on every single political campaign since Jimmy Carter, I think it was. So again, she's very well connected politically.
So if you're talking about since Jimmy Carter, then she worked with a lot of losers.
I didn't say she worked the political campaign. I'm just saying presidential campaigns.
She worked with Al Gore. She was like
did.
Al Gore's campaign chief. She was Hillary Clinton's campaign chief, and we saw how those both worked out.
But
And
my point
Barack
being,
Obama didn't use her ass, and he won.
My point being, she's just been in the game for quite some time.
I guess.
Consequently, she was, as you brought up Hillary Clinton.
Hold on, please. Excuse me, Mac Onyx. This isn't your fucking show. You can ask for news on your own fucking page, not on mine. Bye. You know I love you, girl. How you just gonna post on my stream? I also take nudes. How rude. Rude.
Love you, Mac.
Cortez, come get your sir.
So anyway, she was working with Hillary Clinton, and she got fired for giving her the questions to the debate ahead of time and via email as well. I'm like, girl, what is wrong with you? But anyway, she has now been.
Which, let's be clear, I'm sure plenty of other people do
sure.
that. But, because
She got
Hillary's a
caught,
woman
and she was
got
made an
caught.
example of, and that's all fine, dandy. So, hey, Steel Toe.
And if Hillary had won, we wouldn't even be talking about it.
This is true.
It wouldn't even be an issue.
This is true. But she has been the Democratic, I don't want to say, she will fight for the fairness and the fairness and the goodness that the Democratic Party for many people that it represents. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And here comes the fuck shit.
Now she's offered and took a position with Fox as a correspondent with Fox. Mm-hmm. And my only issue with that is Fox News represents everything counter what she has been fighting for and representing from the beginning.
Right. So on one level,
As a person of color, as a black female, Donna Brazile, listen.
On one hand, a check is a motherfucking check.
So I listen.
That's one. That's like my first day. I was like, my part of me was like, okay, girl, a check is a check. But on another hand, this is Fox News. This is the channel, infotainment channel.
Because it's not a news channel.
Right. Where let's go back, and we're gonna come forward. Let's go back to when Barack Obama was first running, and he gives his wife a fist bump, which Negroes have been doing since forever. And just people do that. I mean, that wasn't some new shit that they were doing, and it wasn't some old like up to the bottom, down to the top, and right. I mean, it was just a little fist bump, and then Barack Obama gives his monkey wife the terrorist fist bump, and so this is the channel that you're working for. And the latest thing, Janine Pirro, says that Ilhan, blah blah blah, from Michigan, who wears a hijab, she said that wearing a hijab is antithetical to the Constitution. and they had to take her ass off the air for that.
But yeah, y'all president wanted her to come back, right? Okay, just so we
Right, and so while on one hand I'm like, okay, girl, get your check, make your money, or whatever. But on the other hand, I mean, these are the people that you're going to work with, and if you think that you are going to change even a single, because the people that watch Fox News have long ago made up their mind about black people,
Yes.
about women in general, and I'm talking about even other women. So they don't give a shit about black people, they don't give a shit about women, they don't give a shit about black women, they don't give a shit about gays, Latinos,
and in particular,
immigrants, Muslims.
with the women, these women who are mostly the majority non-women of color do not. I'm not going to say do not want to work, but they support their husbands
Right.
and what their husbands' decisions are. So most of them are probably sitting at home trying to live a June Cleaver type of life.
Right.
But that.
But so I'm like, why are you doing this?
Now-
And this idea that you're going to fairness and equality and blah blah blah
So,
and civility.
her-
I was like, there
yeah.
is no civility. The whole channel is antithetical to all of the things that you just said. And listen, girl, if you want to get on there and be rah-rah for a minute until they fire your ass, then, more power to you, but whatever.
Get the check, girl. But now, what she said was, she was quoted as saying, will I agree with my fellow commentators at Fox News? Probably not. But I will listen. Will I question them if they make assertions about hardworking Americans, low-income people, and issues like climate change that I disagree with? Absolutely. But I will do so with civility and respect. That was what she was quoted as saying. Girl, we just got finished talking
That's
about Drag Race,
cute.
but I'm going to go ahead and tell you, like Ruth says, good luck
and don't fuck it
up.
Listen, that is all cute. That worked for I will say Eleanor Holmes Norton. It's not Eleanor Rigby either. What was the chick that was on McLaughlin Group? Eleanor.
I'm drawing a blank.
I used to love the McLaughlin Group. I was that kind of nerd.
Yeah, I'm
that
drawing a
watched
blank. I remember the McLaughlin Group, but I'm
she was always like, the token, like not the token, but like the liberal voice. But I still felt like even when they were arguing back and forth, there was still like a certain level of respect. Even when like not Pat Moynihan, what was the little devil?
I'm drawing.
Pat Buchanan. Like when her and Pat Buchanan would get into it, I still feel like at the end there was still like this level of respect. I'm not seeing that at all at Fox. I'm seeing them talking down to her. I'm seeing them treating her like they treated Claire that time when she was on that talk show. And they're like, we want you to speak on the black woman issues and only the black woman issues. And if she try to go too far out that lane, she gonna get a pink slip under her dressing room, which, by the way, is going to be the smallest dressing room in the whole building.
Of course, her dressing room is going to be the size of her chair and a mirror in front of it.
Right.
That's it.
Like,
that's all
bitch,
she
you got to
did.
put on your own makeup.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, you don't need no makeup. You black. So what you gonna do? You get on camera. That's it.
Right. So.
But anyway.
Anyway,
Good luck with that. So.
All right, we got 6 minutes.
There's a couple of things that are coming up just in general that we're going to probably be talking more about
next week. Week after next.
Actually, no, next week.
No, week after next. The event is week after next. Next week. We still got one more show.
Oh, yeah, we got one more show.
Then we got the event. Then we'll talk about it again.
So we have a couple of so Onyx is having a leather and lace bar night. It's going to be at the Green Lantern on the 29th, which is going to be.
I got my leather and I got my lace.
Listen, I'm still working on that. These damn you Amazon and these damn Chinese sizes. Damn you,
Bitch,
damn you.
Because
they will
it'll
trick
be like,
you every time.
You like, oh, bitch, they got a 4X and you coming in the girls like
It's
this.
about this big. It was the some Asian size or Asian
Well,
ultra
no,
skinny size.
because in Asia, a 4X
It depends on the
is
cut.
like an American medium. So what they're trying to say is that all of you Americans are fat as hell.
Listen.
So yeah, so your ensemble wasn't quite. You
I was a
got to
little
put in
pissed
some illusion mesh panels on the side.
Listen, and I gotta alter the other piece that I got because on the flip side, the other piece that I got is still too damn big, and I gotta fit. And I was like, you know what? This is gonna be what it's gonna be. I don't even know if I want to alter it in some way, shape, or form. I gotta figure out how I want to do this because I'm trying to do the least amount of work as possible.
Scrunchie.
But that's on the 29th at the Green Lantern.
Oh, you
so
know
make
what?
sure
I
you
just
come out
got
for
a
that.
new conceptual. Yes, bitch. Yes. Come on, hat. Okay. Shit, I
And
need to write
then
this down.
on the 30th, we have Code Red, which is the huge event, which is going to come out. Going to be at the DC Eagle. So come out and support us. It is about fighting the stigma of HIV and AIDS, and it's a huge fundraiser. It's lots of good time. Lots of fun. It's going to be a good time had by all. So pretty much you're wearing your
And-
red mask because it's a masquerade ball. So wear your red, your mask, and at 12 o'clock we're going to do the unveiling of all the masks. And most importantly, as far as I'm
Unveiling of
concerned,
all the masks.
well, not unveiling of all the masks,
Like
but
a contest.
There's
Or
gonna
like
be
a
contest.
parade of masks.
There's going to be a contest, but we're also at 12 o'clock going to take off the masks so people can see who they are.
Oh, we supposed to keep the mask on?
Until 12 o'clock.
Because I got like 5 different
Well, if
masks
you're going to do
somewhere. I'm going
a
to
mask
do
change,
changes.
that's fine.
I have like...
But at 12 o'clock, you ain't got to wear no more.
Oh, really?
You ain't got to wear no more, no.
Bitch, after all this time and effort I'm putting in, I'm
but
getting my E6000
listen.
and my beads and my glitter and my bugle beads and all
I
that
want you to
shit.
go through with all that you're going through. Because I'm going to judge it.
I want you to judge
I'ma
it.
judge it.
I want you to be.
I'ma judge it.
Listen, get
I'ma
ready.
judge it.
Get ready. I ain't got to
judge
get
it.
ready because I stay ready.
The Russian judge is harsh.
Yes. So anyway, at 12 o'clock, revealing of the person underneath the mask and
Yes.
the
And then-
ceremonial.
Right. Like,
then-
ooh, that was you? Like, oh,
Right.
God.
Keep the mask on.
But also we have...
That was you that I fucked in the bathroom. Oh, keep the mask on. Anyway, and then
we also have we have one performer and one world-known DJ.
is he DJing the whole night or just for?
He's DJing the whole night.
Oh, okay.
So Vaughn Lord's going to be DJing
so
for
I'm about
us.
to wear a sweat-proof ensemble.
Exactly. Or just get that climate cool so you can breathe.
Yes.
And the Kevin Aviance will be performing.
No, honey. Kevin motherfucking Aviance.
Will be performing at Code Red this year. So we are excited. So please come out and support and just show your face in the place. You'll have a good time. And for those of you that are hanging out the entire weekend, even afterwards, on Sunday, there's going to be a karaoke brunch at Freddy's down in Virginia.
Featuring a performance
by the Wet
Pocketbooks. And so for those of you, I know we're not going to run late, but let me just give you all a little taste. For those of you who don't know who Kevin Aviance is,
early.
No, I'm never too early.
Oh, okay, all right.
All right, that's enough.
Okay.
So that is that you cannot be black and gay and not know who Kevin Aviance is.
Listen, because at some point but anyway.
Anyway, so get your tickets. The tickets are available on Eventbrite. If you follow me or Epic, just scroll through our posts. You will see all of the information that you need. Get your tickets early. Get there early. Get your mask. I'm not saying you must, because we're going to take your money either way.
Yes.
But part of the fun is a mask, and we just
Yes.
don't mean a Party City mask. If you get a Party City mask, I need you to do
Decorate,
something to
do
it.
something to it. Add some
Listen,
feathers
this
to
is
it.
your opportunity to live that little fantasy. And listen, you saw Renai's mask. Listen, girl, listen, none of you're not gonna be able to compete with that. Just let it go. Just let it go. But do something.
Yeah, just
all right. So where are we? All right. So the BG. Here we go. All right.
Yes.
Page 1. All right. So if I had a real script, I could read this better. All right. The BG. The BGK8 show streams live on Wednesdays on www.voxwave.com from 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern and 5 to 6 p.m. Pacific. Episodes are available on YouTube every Friday if you search for VoxWave 373 and look for the BGK8 show with Dominion and Epic. You can also find our audio podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. So don't forget that currently we're able to host a live studio audience, and feel free to call in 240-719-2560. Epic, how can the kids get in contact with you?
Well, if you're trying to reach me on Facebook, you can find me under Epic Onyx, EPIC Onyx. If you're trying to reach me on Instagram, it is I am Epic Onyx. And if you're trying to find me on Twitter, you can reach me at Epic Onyx1. How can they reach you?
At Dom Onyx on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/dominion.onyx, and www.domonyx.com.
So this brings to the close another fabulous show, and we really appreciate you guys tuning in. Listen, have a great week.
Yes.
And we shall see you next Wednesday.
Next Wednesday.
Yes, next Wednesday. So until then.
What's today? It's next Wednesday? Oh, no.
27.
Yeah. It's the day after my birthday.
It's the day after your birthday? Oh, that's right.
March 26th.
26th, that's right.
So we got to figure it out.
Oh, my God, it's going to be his birthday. Oh, God, it's going to be his birthday.
Well, so we got to figure out when we're going to go out to eat. But, with my mouth all fucked up, and I don't really want to go to Texas de Brazil with my mouth on. I know. Until after I get the tooth out, because right now this is all like.
So, when you get the tooth out?
April the 5th. We can go that weekend.
Okay.
Well, no, after the. Okay. We'll do something this weekend, but it won't be the Festival of the Meats. Like, we'll do brunch or something.
Listen, if you have never been to the Festival of the Meats, you need to come down to the Festival
of the Meats.
Everything.
Yes.
Last time we had feet on tables, we had drunk people and everything. It was
loud bitches, high people. It was everything.
It was everything. But anyway, thank you all for coming out. In.
God bless you and good night.
Good night. Bye.
Bye.
One time. I recall twice is mighty nice. Keep it in the groove, don't lose it, keep it right there. Now I want y'all to break this down with a triple hit. Here we go, stepping in. Which way did he go?